Hello and welcome. My name is Jared, and alongside with the help of Kenny, Juliet and Oliver, I'll be catching you up to speed today on the consumer behaviour analysis we have performed in the last month. So first up today, we'll be running through the potential problems and opportunities highlighted within the consumer interviews. I'll be running you through that. Kenny's going to take you through the objectives that we wish to complete through our marketing strategy. Juliet is going to run you through our target audiences to coincide with the addressable growth as a result of the introduction of EveryPlate. And Oliver will be addressing the marketing channels we wish to use to effectively engage those new consumers. Move on to the first problem, and the only problem we're going to be addressing here in the presentation, because we're considering it to be the most substantial, as across the board throughout the interviews, there was a distinct inability between your current customers, ex-customers or lapsed customers, and non-participating customers to find points of difference, if you will, between your service and the service offered by your fiercest competitor within the market, Marley Spoon. Now, when looking at this, we looked at price, and it was seen that price was pretty much agreed upon, that there was no difference. And we can see this here on your homepage and here on Marley Spoon's homepage, for example. Now, this is a bit concerning moving forward, because that could potentially lead to a price war, which could potentially drop our margins even further. Now, another thing we looked at was meal variety. Again, across the board of the interviews, consumers agreed that meal variety was pretty much the exact same between yours and the competitors. As well as the service offered and the product itself, customers again did not find much distinction between the two different services, which is a bit concerning because it leaves it a bit up in the air between which one to go for. There's not real much grab at consumers there. Okay, so moving on from problems, we also encountered quite a lot of opportunities highlighted within the research, notably dietary variety, targeting towards families, and the possibility, further down the line I would say, the possibility of line extensions. So I'll take you through what we believe in terms of dietary variety. So we could see a potential expansion into vegan, halal and kosher markets. Considering that this is a growing market and consumers are becoming ever so more conscious about their consumption, this could lead to a higher turnover and higher subscription rate from consumers. Moving forward with a family context. Now, it was highlighted in the interviews that consumers perceived HelloFresh to be more of a lifestyle product, in the sense that it was more for young couples or couples in general who have quite a heavy workload lifestyle. You know, they're working a lot, they come home, they need that convenience. But what they don't realize is that it's also quite good for families, and the marketing isn't quite targeting that just enough. So we believe moving forward, approaching a target audience with a more family context would be highly beneficial to increase revenue and also increase consumer subscription. Now, talking about this line extension, we see this as more of a later down the line sort of roadmap strategy, where you could see a possible extension into breakfast and lunch options, as HelloFresh only caters to dinners. Now, we could see this as sort of a holistic approach to encapsulate a consumer's daily dietary intake, sort of get them involved with our product throughout the entirety of the day, rather than them coming home from, say, work, for example, and then having to deal with our product, cook it and whatnot, which could possibly lead to slight negative implications building up and association. Alrighty, so now I've just formulated that into a SWOT analysis for you, so you can see it in a bit more of a structured format. So you'll notice that a couple of your weaknesses also tie in with our research findings, as well as a few of your strengths. Also, we sort of noticed that there is a strength in, or more so an opportunity in the lack of culinary literacy interest between younger generations, sort of as a result of the boom of delivery services such as Uber Eats and Deliveroo, really disengaging younger generations from the kitchen. We could see that as a potential moving forward as well, sort of incorporate slight more educational aspect to the product itself. Now, I'm going to end here and I'm going to hand you over to Kenny, who's going to run you through our objective aims for this marketing strategy. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Kenny Chen Jia Sheng, and I'll be talking about the objectives for HelloFresh. We want to differentiate the brand. By doing this, we will generate more income and cash flow for the business. This we want to attract more consumers. By attracting more consumers, we can do it by the creation of ads and promotion on social media platforms such as Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. We also want to widen the range of the recipes that are provided inside HelloFresh. For example, vegan recipes. In Australia alone, 9.2% of the citizens in Australia are vegans. This will create and manage the consumer needs, which will create motivation. We also want to increase the halal recipes as well, since a lot of students in Australia are halal and who eat halal. And I'll pass it on to Juliet, which will talk about the marketing channels. Thank you.
Thank you, Kenny. Evident through our research, our team has discovered HelloFresh should target their market towards young individuals between the ages of 18 to 30. By targeting these young demographics, the industry is able to develop loyal customers as they are influential into our future. These young demographics are highly influenced and they're very sensitive to characteristics. Therefore, in order to incorporate these marketing opportunities discussed, we are able to reach a diverse group of individuals. To go in depth, we believe by the inclusion of implementing halal, kosher, and vegan meals, we are able to extend to young consumers who weren't able to invest in the company. By doing this, it increases the amount of purchases received by the individuals, and as a result, can include good word of mouth, satisfied customers, and increase in profit. In addition, if HelloFresh is successful by developing these ideas, consumers' change of perception on the company would be modified and influenced to their decision-making process. This is through information search and judgment process. This is apparent through mood as it becomes more influential to invest in companies for young consumers. So by executing these improvements, consumers and the company may both be pleased. So why should HelloFresh implement this? Well, to support these matters, statistics show that the vegan market was worth $12.69 billion in 2018. This is the alternative for meat markets, and it's expected to reach $7.5 billion by 2025. This is relevant to Australia as 9.2% of Australians are vegan. That's 500,000 more potential customers. Now reaching out to those whose dietary requirements are mandatory due to religion. This is included in halal and kosher meals. So the halal market is estimated in size in 2017 for $1.4 trillion US dollars, and it is expected to grow $3.2 trillion in 2024. That's a 45.5% increase in the market. The halal market is increasing in demand as most companies do not cater towards their needs. So this graph here conveys the growth of market value in the halal industry from the years 2018 to 2024. And we can see an increase in revenue of US dollars. Similarly, the market size for kosher was valued at $19.1 billion and is expected to reach $25.6 billion by 2026. That's a 2.7% growth from the years 2019 to 2026. So here this graph conveys the increase in the food market industry for kosher meals. And as we can see, online store segment exhibits the highest. And this is relevant to HelloFresh as it is an online store and delivering meal kits can increase if kosher food market was implemented into the company. Therefore, through the outreach of a variety of different groups within the young demographic, HelloFresh has the ability to stand out towards potential young customers. The business is able to respond to these diverse demands by introducing diverse products catering for different backgrounds. Now on to Oliver to discuss the recommended marketing channels used in order to reach to a young demographic.
I'm going to be talking about the marketing channels for HelloFresh. First one being social media. Social media networks are open to all, giving businesses a chance to follow their consumers' activities or potential buyers. This helps marketers be more informed about their target audience, likes, dislikes, and interests, so that they can create a better marketing strategy to attract such customers. The next channel is influencer marketing channel. Influencer marketing is a type of marketing that uses influencers to promote a brand to a larger market. Influencers are opinion leaders with a large social following base. They appear as experts or trustworthy sources of information. The third channel is email marketing channel. Email marketing is a highly effective digital marketing strategy of sending emails to prospects and customers. Effective marketing emails convert prospects into customers and turn one-time buyers into loyal customers for HelloFresh. As our target audience is the younger adult from ages 35 to 40 downwards, that's why the team have suggested these three types of marketing channels, as it would be best appointed to that age demographic and ages below and under, as most are connected via social media, or if not, through emails and whatnot. But you can see in the first graph by Vendasta, the modern customer journey, as it shows the processes and interest and awareness, then to search and then to research, which is like articles, blogs, reviews, into purchasing. And then if it's a successful process, that where the customer enjoys it and feels like he got what he wanted and felt good about it, he will most probably return and purchase again. And then there's a stat by Delighty. According to the report, 29% of social media users are more likely to make a purchase on the same day of using social media. This is a crazy stat that Delight stated, which HelloFresh needs to get around. 29%. That's why we recommended the first channel of social media. You can see on the second graph by Media Kicks how effective is influencer marketing, where they took a research study of a pool of 8,000 people, where they showed that 45% of influencer marketing was effective and 35% of influencer marketing was very effective, giving that an 80% efficiency rate on influencer marketing. That's also another crazy stat that HelloFresh had to get around in order to not only grow the brand awareness, but to keep the brand loyalty, to keep it. So that's why we recommended that second channel. And another stat shows that according to a study by the Influencer Marketing Hub, almost 50% of Twitter users have made purchases as a direct result of a tweet from influencer. That's something that HelloFresh needs to get around in order to maximize its potential in a very competitive market with such players like Deliveroo, DoorDash, Uber Eats. It needs to get on these social media platforms immediately in order to compete and gain that awareness. And lastly, that's why we chose the emailing marketing channel, as we can combine both the social media and the influencer marketing and put it in an email and send it not only to customers, to reusing customers, but also to potential customers. And that not only increases awareness and increases that, but also when it sends to customers that you have bought off the service and bought off HelloFresh, it will increase our brand loyalty, maybe by giving discount codes or showing our promotions. It will raise that brand loyalty, which is very important for HelloFresh.